It's a slow crawl. Hard Rock Stadium, Gael, Monfils, Fabian, Marozsan. Time to get things going in their second ever meeting. And fans starting to find their way inside to see this man perform. Court. What does he have in store? Well, he'll start things off from the line. Won the toss, elected to serve, and that's how we'll begin.
Ready? Play.
Half a smile after the fairly lengthy first exchange. Both just feeling their way into this opening game. The history line today in this match. In what is his 13th appearance at this 20 years debut, 2005. And he could become the second oldest man to win a match in Miami, after Jimmy Connors, who was 39 in 1992. Feels like it's going to be one of those seasons. Oh, surprise.
And very quick. Is opening it as he's able to put his name on the scoreboard first. Quality hold. Winning all 3 points on his first serve and an additional one on his second. Strong way to start.
Rewriting the record books, wasn't he, in Auckland as well, after winning that ATP title, 250 level down in Auckland in New Zealand. That was his 13th. 38 years and 4 months. Became the oldest champion in ATP Tour history. That's since 1990. Oldest tour level titleist since the great Ken Rosewall, 1977, Hong Kong. So he's, he's in pretty special territory, isn't he? Winning matches and tournaments at this age. Testing the legs.
15
long. But he's still an athlete.
Length from Monfils to expose Marozsan. Find the open court for Fabian, as mentioned last year in his debut in Miami. Quite a splash that he made as he was able to come through. Mentioned the victories he had over Runa and De Minaur. Those are 2 of his career 6 top 10 wins. And sandwiched in the middle, unbeknownst to most, was that he would beat another eventual Masters 1000 champion on a North American hard court. as he beat Alexei Poprin en route to meeting Zverev in the quarterfinals. So he has fond memories of being in Miami 12 months ago. Certainly hoping to improve upon that last 8 appearance and get himself back in good form. Already experiencing some difficulty. Monfils doesn't need long to conjure up the first break point. And Marozsan succumbs. 5 minutes for Gael Monfils. Hold and break for 2-love.
Leads 2 games to love.
Yeah, just fractionally sharper. More solid of the 2 over the opening 5 minutes. Dream start, really, isn't it? Hasn't required anything too special so far.
Love.
Sturdy as can be. What a brilliant beginning from Monfils. 7 for 7 from the line thus far. He's perfect off the ground. 6 winners, no errors in the opening 3 games. This is sterling stuff from Gael Monfils. A couple of holds around a break, and that's a 3-love start for the Frenchman in Miami.
This belief that no matter what happens, I'm able to fight for it.
That is a quality set from Aryna Sabalenka.
It's all about the process and about the discipline. Make sure that you're always there, you always show up, and you always work hard.
Sabalenka just too much firepower and playing from a superior positioning in the court.
And what a scream from Sabalenka!
It takes me so much time to kind of like become who I am right now on court, to have this control myself and to understand myself better.
Oh, she's on a roll now, Aryna Sabalenka.
Championship point.
I mean, it's borderline perfection that he's thrown at Fabian Marozsan thus far. All 3 games on the top half of the ledger. That's well and good, but he's even performing at a high level. He's only lost 2 points in total in those 3 games. That's a bad equation when you're the opponent of Gael Monfils and you have less points won than games played. That's what's happened in the opening 7 minutes. So back to the drawing board for the Hungarian, serving for a second time.
And he's only been playing with his second best racket so far.
That's right. Now he's going to the magic wand.
15-9.
everything going right for Monfils so far. Sound like the cleanest connection, but that one's dropped in as well. Maybe that's why Marozsan was into letting that one go, but it dipped just in time. Good anticipation from the Frenchman. Hungarian's coach trying things out. Soon to press the button just yet. Get a hold of the ball here. Then it's only one break of serve, but it has been a slow start.
Well, that'll count for something.
Yeah.
It counts for one. An important one.
3 games to 1.
Breathing a little easier. Florida sunshine now. Of course, you're never quite sure, are we, of what kind of effect an injury can have behind the scenes. We tend to judge a player's recovery on how quickly they come back to the match court, but so many different factors at play when these players are going through the recovery. How bad was that ankle problem? Did it keep him away from the tennis courts for a certain number of days? Was he back quickly? How much that might dent the confidence as well. I think some players, they need those hours on the practice court to feel like they're back up to speed to play a match at this level. For others, the tennis comes relatively easy.
15-30.
Talking to Grigor Dimitrov about that in Dubai a couple of weeks ago, sort of saying, how long does that process take for you? He said, look, the tennis is, I'm lucky. It's come quite easy for me in my career. It's more about just making sure the body's okay. Whereas I think there are other players who they might come back to a tournament having had an injury, but then take maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, even longer sometimes, to feel fully comfortable playing matches.
Bit sloppy from Monfils. A couple of errors thrown in. And suddenly Marozsan back in the mix. If he can secure a break. Quality eraser. That's his third ace, second in this game. Didn't lose a point in his opening 2 service efforts.
Let's second serve.
This guy can be dangerous once he gets his eye in, starts timing the ball.
Doesn't want to let this game slip away. So close to being able to just almost hit the reset button in total. Get back on serve. Crucial after the slow start. Understand. Pleased with that play.
Advantage
Monfils sprint out of the blocks, is taking a dog sort of approach here. He's been a little lackadaisical in moving his feet in this game.
Such ability, doesn't he, defending even at 38 and a half. Just watching him.
He's waiting for the forehand. Yes.
Watching him cover the baseline in that previous point. Just a couple of giant strides and then a slide, and seems to be there in plenty of time.
He's just not sharp on that side. He offers Marozsan a fourth break point, as this has been by far the longest game of this opening set. In fact, it's the only game that's gone a deuce. It's done so 3 times. As Monfils under scrutiny again. And he continues to handle the break points adeptly. Monfils happy to just wait Marozsan out. Content to just get into the rally, sort of patty cake the ball back in play. And Marozsan back-to-back errors, and he might rue what could have been at the end of this game if Monfils can seal the deal on 4-1. Yeah, unforced errors number 6 and 7 in the last 2 points for Marozsan, and he will. A 4th ace in the game for Monfils. More importantly, he saves 4 break points, and he's got his 4th game out of 5. Frenchman continues to hold command inside Hard Rock Stadium.
Roared on in Miami.
Oh, it feels so sweet.
Unbelievable.
Down deep, bringing the heat.
Oh, what a point that was. Is a winning machine right now. Exceptional tennis.
And we go racing in Zandvoort.
Win the ultimate F1 Heineken Dutch Grand Prix experience with BN Sports. Get up close to the world's best drivers and feel the thunder of F1 from the grandstand.
Incredible stuff.
Yes! Crowd has gone berserk.
Scan the QR code during race weekends for your chance to win.
Yes! Come on, guys.
Your F1 dream starts here with BN Sports.
On the West Coast, all the way to the East Coast in Miami, and trying to make their case for deep push at the second Masters 1000 event. As far as Masters 1000 events go, it's interesting the disparity of experience between these two. Gael Monfils is contesting his 103rd Masters 1000 event against an opponent, Fabian Marozsan, who's in just his 10th. And as you would expect with the experience of Monfils, 3 times he's reached the final day of an event of this caliber. Never lifting the trophy, but 3-time runner-up. Certainly admirable. His opponent twice to the quarterfinals, including once here last year. Marozsan has to quickly recoup after missing out on a chance to get back on serve in the previous game, and it's Monfils who has to do some housekeeping. Don't mean to bug you, Gael. Time to get back to business.
Beautiful. Perfect combination of enough power, but it was all about the precision and the placement that time. Shape of this final ground stroke.
No.
Out. 30 all. Out. 40-38.
Crucial for Marozsan just to recover from disappointment of game number 5. So many looks at breaking Monfils' serve. A nice job with the third ball as he dispatches of it with ease to get his second hold.
Monfils leads 4-2.
Settled, or starting to settle, since extremely one-sided opening 3 games. Dominated by Monfils, but it's starting to get his teeth into this first set. Anytime it's just a single break, then there's always a chance. Got him again. This time the backhand.
15 love.
Just a carbon copy of the forehand from the previous game. The shape of the shot, the precision. Makes it look so easy.
How dazzling has this opening 23 minutes been? Monfils currently not only dominating the scoreboard, but he's +10 in winners to unforced errors in this set. Go ahead and make it +11 with his 5th ace. 15 winners, just 4 unforced errors. Yeah, we were joking earlier that some of these guys on opening day are playing like they got lunch reservations at Novecento. Have a little skirt steak with some chimichurri. The Frenchman seems like he's on his way. Blistering start with 5 of the first 7 games.
All of the action.
Let's go.
Big names wherever you look. Wow. Outrageous.
It's extraordinary. Here to entertain.
Oh, have you ever seen anything like it?
5-star
tennis.
On beIN Sports.
Just a shade, literally, just a little past the 2 o'clock hour in Miami. It's getting underway at the 40th anniversary of this WTA and ATP combined event. It's an ATP Masters 1000 tournament, second in a row inside the United States on these hard courts. And Gael Monfils feels like he might be trying to manifest a nice deep run. What a fantastic start for Gael to begin, and Marozsan trying to play catch up. And catch up it will have to be for Fabian, as he's just not able to really find any way to work up against Monfils, even when he's had his chances and put some adversity against Monfils' serve. It's been to no avail. And Monfils almost seemingly going through the motions, saying, give me the ball again, let me serve it out. You can hardly blame him, as productive as he's been from the line.
Let's for serve. Let's for serve.
Oh, that's nice touch, even though Gael Monfils didn't even pretend that he was going to try to make a play on it. We know he's got the speed. Kind of waving at a couple of returns, and Marozsan puts on a little flair for the crowd. But he's got some work to do, because Gael Monfils will serve for the opening set, and he has been devastating. This will be his 5th trip to the line. He's only lost 6 points on serve, all in the same game. That was game 5. Other than that, 3 holds to love as he serves for a 1-set lead.
15 love.
One of those days as well, Kev. I don't know if you'd agree. Just looks like it's coming easy to him. Oh, that was pacey.
Yeah, I concur. He just seems untroubled right now, just as if he feels in full command. And when you're in full command, you're extremely confident. When you're Gael Monfils and you're confident, good things can happen.
Something a little bit different that time. We saw the forehand speed from the previous winner just pop up briefly. 97 miles an hour, that forehand cross-court winner, averaging 88 we're hearing on that wing so far. He's going after the ball, that's for sure. Beautiful. Well, perhaps just feeling it's the time to throw caution to the wind, trying to make something happen. Nice change up as well. Look at the previous backhand, the height over the net, the slower ball, and then injection of pace. 91 miles an hour that time.
40-30.
And ace number 7 puts Gael Monfils poised and ready to grab this opening set. Just so confident from the line, and understandably so.
6 games to 3.
racket to ball has worked exceptionally well for Gael Monfils in the opening 29 minutes, and that's all it takes. Takes 6 of the first 9 games to build a 1-set advantage in Miami.
Hello and welcome to Acapulco, and coming up, 2 fascinating semi-final matchups. Thomas Mahatch, courageous, dialed that forehand in. It's going to be the biggest final of his career. He's just pouring it on because he can right now. Alejandro Davidovich-Fokina has given himself a chance of glory again. We are left with Thomas Mahatch and Alejandro Davidovich-Fokina. That's big time. Oh, work the point supremely well. Thomas Mahatch is a champion on the ATP Tour. First time in his career.
After accomplishing much with his career, Gael Monfils, when he steps on the court now at 38 years of age, seems unburdened, particularly here in Miami, by really expectations or pressure. Came out swinging early, jumped out to a 3-love start, and never really looked back. Just the lone bit of adversity for Monfils was 4 break opportunities for his opponent, Marozsan, in the 5th game. Wasn't a hurdle that Gael couldn't clear. And now he will be in pursuit of a straight sets win as Marozsan starts set number 2 from the line.
It's got to be good against Monfils. He is known for his drop shot, Marozsan, but he's got to be intelligent in terms of when he plays it, and he has to hope that it's executed well, or this is what's going to happen.
Borderline has to be executed perfectly because Monfils has such quickness and long strides. It's hard to get it beyond his reach. And for Marozsan, it's not as if he played a particularly poor opening set. He just was up against a guy redlining his game. I mean, the final numbers for Marozsan, he was actually in the plus with 10 winners to 9 unforced errors. Big part of the problem, missed out on the 4 break points in the 5th game. And for Gael, he's just been performing at will at a very high level.
Oh, he was ready and waiting. Guessed right.
40-30.
The move to his left, a slight move to his left, so he's ready and waiting for the backhand here. Almost overran it actually, but was able to just put the brakes on in time. Steer that one up the line. It was an important shot to make. Thought he might fancy tracking that one down as well, but maybe just a bit too much ground to cover that time.
Yeah, but already just getting an inkling of what he's capable. Even his opponents have to admire Gael Monfils' work sometimes, even if it's against their advantage.
Talk briefly about the quality of Gael Monfils' serving in the first set. Consistency was good, made 78% of first serves, 25 of 32. Only dropped the 3 points behind the first serve, but interesting looking at the placement in terms of the deuce courts to the right and the ad court to the left of that graphic, how much more successful it was to the ad court.
Able to spread 7 aces around to good effect, particularly against the break points we've been speaking about for Marozsan. Oh man, Marozsan's starting to heat up. Is it going to be enough to get him back in this? Well, why not? But the productivity of both these guys off the ground, Lee, has been outstanding.
Yeah, treated to huge number of winners from both so far.
A 33 combined winners in 62 points. Now, I don't have my calculator or my abacus, but if 33 times 2, 66, that's more than half. Just look at the backhand quality, and it has been Monfils has just surged. It's gone through the roof. The tour average is 7.1, and he's 9.5 is outstanding, and that's just one aspect of his game that has been firing well.
It was a beautiful strike. Had to be committed to going big with the forehand. Got himself a half chance here. Yeah, looking at the some of the shot qualities from Monfils so far, 3 departments really standing out. The serve, as we've mentioned a few times, but both the forehand and backhand are over 9 out of 10 so far.
Marozsan in this contest has 28 points. Monfils has 20 winners. Marozsan just can't quite find the way to connect as Monfils holds for 1-all. And for Gael, this is a good spot to be in for the 38-year-old. Historically, he wins 86%.
All right? Yeah. But you're doing well. You're doing real well. Keep moving him.
Yeah. When he wins the opening set over the course of his career, he's averaging an 86% success rate. And in 2025, he's upped that to 100%. Gael hasn't lost a match when he's won the opening set this year. Currently 9-0. He goes for the perfect 10 here in Miami.
It's a nice start to the game. Heard Michael Tillström just warning Monfils to look for that serve to the forehand before that game started, and it's been a good spot by the coach because court graphics would support that theory. Marozsan is going out wide. He's serving to the deuce court quite a lot. Well over half the time with his first serve into that service box. We'll see whether he goes there again, see how well Monfils might cover this if he does.
Yeah.
15-30.
Contact just a touch late. Risky shot to go for.
Fabian settling down, at least in the area where he needs to control things to give himself a chance, and that is at the line. Monfils making moves. Remember, it was very early in the opening set. If you're just joining us, Gael Monfils held it love to begin. Fabian Marozsan won it, opening 2 points on serve, then didn't win another one, was broken. Next thing you knew, he was down 3 love, never able to recover.
Advantage, Marozsan.
Amps up the pressure when you lost an opening set so quickly. Key stage of the match for Marozsan. Knows the way Monfils has been playing so far. Cannot afford to go down an early break again. I mean, how good is that? Again, that was one of his better drop shots. There didn't look to be too much wrong with it, did there, as the ball was in the air. But even so, Monfils just eats up the court, and then full control once he gets there. That's the key. Just brilliant athleticism from the Frenchman.
Marozsan puts himself in jeopardy. Since he was broken in his opening service effort, 4 straight holds, didn't face a break point. Remember, was up a point away from taking this game. Monfils has been hanging around. He'll get a look at a second serve to try to exploit this opportunity. Oh, it slips, and Marozsan's backhand through the court. Saves break point. Gael says no damage done. Got to watch that racket hand, especially. Go to put yourself down, you leave a lot of skin on the surface if it gets underneath.
Serve out wide again.
So much he can do as he tries to outstretch for Monfils, but Marozsan settles down, saves a break point, and has his 5th consecutive hold. More importantly, starts off set number 2 out in front, 2-1.
Attention Red Devils, ready for more glory action? MUTV on BN Sports has you covered. Original films, documentaries and the latest match highlights.
Absolutely brilliant.
If you want more, catch MUTV 24/7 on BN Sports Connect, United podcasts, archive matches and United women match highlights.
What a finish!
Go marching on with MUTV, only on BN Sports and BN Sports Connect.
Nick Kyrgios, Cincinnati runner-up back in 2017, looking for some glory and getting his season kick-started at this Masters 1000 event. Quite humid day, mid-60s percentage of the humidity, but that's not uncommon in March in Miami, in the tropical setting that is South Florida. Temperatures getting up into about 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 26, 27 Celsius. That makes it a little steamy. The guy who got off to the red hot start was Gael Monfils, looking to stay perfect when winning the opening set this season as he serves 1-2. Second set.
$30-15.
Oh, beautifully redirected.
40-15.
Hardly any take back on that. It was just a punch through the ball. Made that look easy. Another good game on serve. Still the numbers are good.
2 games on.
Almost 80% of first serves made today. Alina Svitolina under the yellow cap there. Gael's wife courtside now. That's another quick service game. He's picked his level up, Marozsan, that's for sure. Early stages of this second set. Monfils will be aware of that, but it's the Frenchman still in control.
What's up, Blue Army? Chelsea TV brings you an all-access pass to Chelsea FC. From the bridge to the world. Match highlights.
Jackson!
Exclusive interviews.
We don't like to lose. I had a good feeling.
Yeah, I'm happy about it.
And classic matches from back in the days.
This is unbelievable!
Go behind the badge, beyond the pitch with Chelsea TV on BN Sports and BN Sports Connect.
Developing nicely, this venue, isn't it? Having moved over from Key Biscayne in 2019, of course, as was the case for most tournaments, was disrupted by the pandemic, having to miss a season. But it's a site that's improved year on year under the tournament director James Blake, former world number 4 from the US, of course.
15 now.
Yeah, it took a while for people to come around as it's grown into itself, particularly the snowbirds from north of the border.
It was a big move, wasn't it? Because Key Biscayne was such a unique venue. I just made it in time before they switched venues, so I got a taste of that 2018 when John Isner, I think, won the final that year.
Last to take home the trophy from Key Biscayne off of the island.
It was
he got back to the final the next year here.
That's right, yeah. It was a tennis venue like no other when I got my first taste of Crandon Park. It's like Masters 1000 tennis on Fantasy Island.
Yeah. We were talking about it earlier. It really was an idyllic setting as you came across the Rickenbacker Causeway. Problem was if they were involved with a lot of other cars, it became a roadblock. I mean, only 2 lanes in, 2 lanes out. Ran out of room in Crandon Park, to be honest. The tournament became too big, and happily welcomed it here at Miami Gardens. Here's Marozsan with another try. He's had 4 attempts at breaking Monfils' serve already today, and he has nothing to show for it yet. This is a golden opportunity. Problem for Fabian is that Gael likes a challenge. He's handled all 5 break points easily, including 3 aces. And that 1-2 combination. Still some work to be done.
Let's for serve.
But to your point, it used to be in the southwest corner, just looked like a parking lot, and that's what it was previously. The tennis complex here was built upon what used to be parking for the Dolphins.
Clever stuff. Beautifully played points, constructed points. How about the approach? Funky little slice forehand that he played that was fading away from Monfils. Great use of the court with the cross-court forehand initially. That was really clever because a bit of side spin on the ball. It's moving away from Monfils' backhand, and a nice acrobatic finish to boot.
Good composure from Marozsan as well, because every ball he hit was pretty effective, but Monfils kept putting it back in play. But the break is secured, and Marozsan now has the upper hand in set 2.
15. Love 38.
Monfils not content to sit back and take it lightly. Wants to get the break back in the immediate following game.
15-30.
He's a very composed player. We saw it last year. We saw it in 2023 in Shanghai when he reached his other quarterfinal at a Masters 1000 event for Fabian Marozsan. He's just so composed. Plays so well within himself. Doesn't try to do too much. Just knows how he wants to. I think sees the court clearly. And even going straight down the middle of Monfils kind of caught Gael off guard. But yeah, just a very thoughtful approach. And if he's healthy, it can be disruptive.
Yeah, it's just from the camera. They'll come out and fix it. Yeah, they'll come out and fix it.
That happened yesterday also on the practice.
Been pretty sparing. Just a couple of aces spread throughout. Sprinkled here as ace number 4 helps Fabian Marozsan find his way to 3 consecutive games, making his bid for a deciding set on day 1 in Miami.
Well, he's in trouble here because he doesn't have a racket.
Don't think I've ever seen that go over the net before.
What's the most difficult against him is that when the ball is actually bouncing, it has a lot of life. So it's really hard to control in the racket.
So Manarino, he will wear you down. Opponent of the match so far, brilliant play. Ben Shelton takes a 2-1 lead here. So Manarino sends it to a 5th, which is his domain. Manarino is a marathon man. And the prize? It's a matchup with the maestro, Novak Djokovic.
1985, 2 years later, it opened up as the home of the National Football League's franchise, the Miami Dolphins. Still make their home here and play their football season, as do the collegiate team, the University of Miami Hurricanes. They play on Saturdays. Dolphins play on Sundays. There's no conflict there, Lee. Don't worry.
Sounds like a busy weekend.
It can be. It can be. And of course, the Miami Dolphins with their Super Bowl run in 1972. There is a club called the 72 Club here. It's a good access spot for the people who hold tickets as well. That represents the only team in NFL history to go through a season unbeaten. 72 Club has access right here to the stadium court. Some of those really nice seats courtside. There's the recognition. It was a 17-game season back in the day. Don Shula, the head coach, guided the Dolphins to that perfect season. Gael Monfils got off to a perfect start. I mean, he could do no wrong through the opening set and the start of the second, but he's understandably, it's hard to ping in red the whole time. He's laid off just a bit.
Out. 30-15.
Yeah, and sometimes as a player, you're just telling yourself, if you're Marozsan early on in this match, to make sure you stay out there long enough for your opponent just to go through that purple patch.
It's kind of we call it the Lee Goodall treatment. Club 72.
The year I was born, Kev. That's the.
There you go.
It's the only connection
that you know. Maybe they just haven't told you, and they're using without your permission. Oh, Gael just says, all right, that's it. He just takes out the big axe and chops the winner through. Eight of his winners have come off the backhand side today.
It's one of his better second serves. It's an area that he's struggled with in this second set. Just 3 of 11 of those second serve points won. It's been an area that Marozsan's been able to profit from.
Wicked quick through the court from Monfils. He just slaps that ball through, and he's got his hold. And I'll ask the question of Marozsan, are we headed to a third set? Or are we going to stay right here? See if the Hungarian is up to the task at hand.
Again, the defense good enough to eventually draw the error.
Love 15.
Well, to stay in the point for so long gives him something to build on in this 9th game. Just squeezed it wide, I think.
15 all.
Yeah. Monfils fans hoping that caught the very outside edge.
just so spry and so quick to get into the corners and then get back out. Gael Monfils is able to continue to just pepper defense back. Draws another arrow from Marozsan. The longer things go for Fabian, the more tenuous they can become. He needs to finish here. Step in the right direction. Just a handful of aces on the day. That one's well timed, and it earns him a set point. Their only previous contest 14 months ago in Auckland also went the distance. A third set win for Fabian Marozsan against Gael Monfils. That's where we're headed, inside the main stadium, Miami Gardens. One set to see who moves through to the second round.
F1 Heineken Dutch Grand Prix experience with BN Sports. Get up close to the world's best drivers and feel the thunder of F1 from the grandstand.
Incredible stuff! Yes!
Crowd has gone berserk!
Scan the QR code during race weekends for your chance to win.
Yes! Come on, guys!
Your F1 dream starts here with BN Sports.
Time to get things started. It will be best of one set to see who moves through to the round of 64 to face Yuri Leheshka. 26 seed lies in wait. Gael Monfils gets things started. Gael 70 minutes ago got things started off on a red-hot run of serve. Served almost impeccably through the opening set. Did have a little trip up in the midway point when he had to fend off 4 break points, but outside of that game was hardly touched. In fact, only lost 1 other point outside of that 6th game when he faced 4 break points the rest of the way. So good start to set number 3. Make a case just where Gael wants to be. One love.
He needs to get things back on track pretty quickly. I want to allow Marozsan to build any kind of momentum going into this third set. Big jump in terms of the forehand quality for Marozsan from sets 1 to 2. As you can see from those numbers, just under the 8 mark for the first set, 8 out of 10, and well up into the 9s for that second set. It's not always reflected in terms of the number of winners that you're hitting. Never quite sure what's coming next. Thought about the tweener. Tried something potentially even more spectacular. Didn't quite come off this time, but fun to watch.
Yeah, his improvisational skills are through the roof. Marozsan's playing a pretty tidy match, all considered. The opening 2 sets +5. 5 more winners than he hit unforced errors. That's all well and good. The only problem is Gael Monfils has been magnificent. He's +16. And yet Marozsan's been able to keep things close. And he's earned a set. So he's not being hit off the court per se. I think what's gratifyingly, excuse me, just going back to a conversation we were having before, though, for Marozsan and his fans, is the fact that there was zero, panic. He didn't freeze up. He knew that Gael was, was flowing at an unbelievable rate. But if you hang in long enough, that's got to abate somewhat.
Yeah, and especially I think having seen that first set disappear so quickly. And those first 3 games disappear so quickly too. Just slowly but surely worked his way into the second set. And it's been rising nicely since then. Have a test here though.
Just a little too error prone here in his opening service game. A couple of those errors supplying Monfils for the chance to replicate the opening set. Gael held with ease, promptly broke. Before you knew it, he was up 3-love.
It's good serving under pressure. Huge service game this for Marozsan. Problem, isn't it, when Monfils is chasing down those drop shots, it just forces you to try to play them better and better, closer and closer to the net. That's the danger.
Let's for serve.
Gael, we don't show this one because it's delaying him. It's delaying him then. Yeah, it's okay.
I think Monfils called for a replay of the close call, I think, between serves, which is unusual, as the chair umpire pointed out. Isn't going to happen because you slowed down the server then.
Yeah, Scotty Moore making the right call. It's Marozsan not only just the protocol, but also on break point. You're messing with his flow. Did well to get that ball deep for even Monfils, who is so adept at being balanced. Tough to play that ball that came back about hip high.
Beautiful combination, good aggression off the ground initially. And then the foresight to produce this sort of volley, but the execution as well was perfection, really. The spin on that backhand volley, taking the pace off.
Deuce.
As has been the case with Marozsan this season, having lost 4 of his last 6 matches, keeping things cohesive, finding consistency. Another unforced error brings things back to deuce. And another puts him in further jeopardy. A third break opportunity from Monfils to seize the second game.
Yeah, it's just got a touch too untidy from this man early in the third. Only hit the 9 unforced errors in the second set. Has already accumulated 7 in this third set.
And a calamitous performance from the Hungarian. 4 unforced errors leads to his serve. Monfils gladly the beneficiary of a 2-love start in the final set.
It's been that kind of match, hasn't it? Back and forth, all Monfils initially. Marozsan from midway through the second set, and appears to have lost his way at the wrong time early in the third.
15 love.
And a player like Monfils, with his defensive capabilities, will just sit back and happily wait for those errors to flow.
Eerily reminiscent of the opening set at this point from Monfils, which worked out very well for him, mind you.
I'm just happy to do the basics well and wait for Marozsan to overplay. It's been the story of this third set. Remarkable how it's dropped off.
And his 12th ace makes it 8 of 9 from the line for Gael Monfils, and 7 consecutive points for 3-love. Halfway home to dismissing the Hungarian and moving through to face the Czech Lehečka. Set to Fabian Marozsan after having a very easy run through the opening 9 games, winning 6. It's been sort of a mercurial back and forth little contest between these two, but in essence, it's Gael Monfils. And what he's able to do with his racket and his feet would seem to portend to how this match is going to go. And so far, he has been sterling. 32 winners to just 14 unforced errors, a dozen aces. Finds himself up a break in what will be the deciding set against the top player from the nation of Hungary, Fabian Marozsan, serving love 3. Fabian Marozsan almost solely, not entirely so on his own, but trying to elevate the level of tennis in his native country. Nice stuff, and the drop shot's been used effectively more than a time or two. He's been good, but I mean, Martin Fucsovics is the only other player from Hungary ranked in the ATP top 260. So those two are really doing the hard work and trying to bring notoriety and inspire, you know, future tennis players from Hungary.
Cool.
That's wicked.
Enjoyed that one.
30-15.
Worth another look, coming right into your living room. Yeah. Fabian, the only representative from Hungary in the tournament here in Miami. Fucsovics not playing. So his Miami tenure is right now on shaky ground. Well, that'll do it. And perhaps Monfils feels I'm serving well enough that I'm just going to focus my attention and my energy on that. Didn't even make a play on the last two shots, and Marozsan is on the board. You know, Lee, while we're talking about it, though, it's incredible to see Gael Monfils 20 years after his Miami debut still competing at 38. Not only competing, but doing so physically at such a high level. But it always comes down to, is Gael Monfils perhaps one of the great underachievers in tennis? 3 times a final at Masters 1000s. Twice to semis of majors, but not a title at either of those levels.
Very good question. One of those interesting tennis debates, isn't it? I always think it would be a really interesting question to ask a lot of the players, how they see or judge or define a successful career to them. What's important to them to make sure that they walk away from the sport satisfied with their playing days. I'm sure it would differ probably quite greatly from player to player, at different levels particularly.
Yeah, and of course you also have to put it in context of the era where Monfils was stuck in the mix against the big 3, or you want to throw Murray in the Fab 4. It made life difficult for him to move through with at big events.
30 on.
Just put that in context, in his 2 semifinals at majors, Gael went up against Roger Federer, Roland Garros, and Novak Djokovic at the US Open. But he continued to keep his cause. Aces for the first 5 games in what will be the final set on opening day in Miami.
A dream Doha field was being cut down to 4. We've got plenty at stake. Oh, some point. Andrei Rublev delivers in Doha. Draper books his ticket to the final in Doha. Welcome to the culmination of what has been a thoroughly absorbing. Some serious sting attached to that shot. Andrei Rublev gets the break. Here's another comeback on the cards here. Andrei Rublev becomes a two-time champion in Doha.
1,000 event. Competing in his first, Fabian Marozsan, trying to move the Hungarian out of his way so he can get access to the 26th seed. Yuri Leheshka, who awaits the winner. And for Marozsan, he again the sole focus. Do your job from the line. Give yourself a chance.
15 rounds.
Just a single break as it was in the set that Monfils took in 29 minutes for a 3 start. He's making some moves here. In the previous Marozsan service game, he wasn't really willing to put in the effort, try to even play the points. He just wanted to get to his serve. He's changed his strategy somewhat here in this 6th game. A little more assertive. Well done to flatten that out and hit through the court for Marozsan. And back-to-back almost identical spots for Marozsan to blast another winner as it finds its way through the court. He's got his second hold. Well, tennis fan, it's time for it's that moment. We get to Trudel's 4S Club, Steph's sensational stat segment. Are you ready? We still don't have a sponsor, by the way. We're looking for one. Help us out. But if you're talking about Gael Monfils in his 241st match, 138 wins. Steph's sensational stat is that is second all-time amongst players with the most wins at Masters 1000 events with no titles. So quickly posing this to you, tennis fan, and you only have a couple seconds so we can pay it off. Who's number one? Lee, you can offer hints if you like, or you want to guess.
Steph's already told us the answer, hasn't he? So it would be slightly mischievous if I pretended to know. It's great tennis. Put himself in a fairly strong position in this 7th game. Yeah, think of top 10 players over the years who haven't been able to get their hands on a Masters trophy. Not easy during the era, as you were saying, Kev, of Federer and Nadal and Djokovic and Murray, who did so well at that level.
striking from Marozsan, and he'll have his chance to get back on serve. Won't give you much longer, but we will give you a hint, tennis fan. It's a fellow Frenchman. Gael needs an extra moment to catch his breath. Marozsan just successful once in the second set in converting a break point. And Monfils succumbs, perhaps worn out from the previous point. A little worse for wear as he coughs up his serve, and things go back on serve. So we'll hold off on the answer to Steph's sensational stat segment, because Marozsan is back in the mix in set number 3.
Roared on in Miami.
Oh, it feels so sweet.
Unbelievable.
South Beach bringing the heat. Oh, what a point that was. Is a winning machine right now. Exceptional tennis.
Grown into each other. It used to just be concrete and a couple of plants placed here or there. They've actually planted a lot of palm trees, made it a welcome and inviting area to hang out outside Hard Rock Stadium. They have music going on throughout the tournament, all kinds of restaurants, and oh, some world-class tennis. Did I mention that, Lee? Ultimately on this opening day, 16 matches across 6 courts, but the big house is where we continue to remain focused, as Fabian Marozsan has just broken, serving 3-4 final set.
Love 15.
The streaky nature of these two that you were alluding to moments ago. I mean, nobody's been able to seize the upper hand because they just haven't been able to hold a steady flow of consistency. I've done it for a better part of a set. Rough start for the Hungarian.
Love 30.
Okay, we gave you enough time, tennis fan. The answer to Steph's sensational stats segment for the player all-time who has the most Masters 1000 wins without winning a Masters 1000 title. Gael Monfils is second to Richard Gasquet. 143 wins, 5 more than Gael. Never a champion at this level. Of course, Lee, it's not the notoriety you would want. You would not want recognition in that regard. Gael will pass Richard Gasquet at some point, whether it's this tournament or during the season. I mean, there's 7 more Masters 1000 events to go. At least 1 win per would put him past. But then again, what if he wins 7 here? Just missed the mark. Win 7 here, he would pass Gasquet, but he would get his title, and he's no longer part of the group. Time will tell. But Gael does look worse for wear, doesn't he?
Yeah, Gasquet retiring, of course, at Roland Garros this year, so that will be an emotional final major for Richard.
Magnificent. Just as he seems like he's run out of gas, he finds a little extra in the tank and positions himself with a break point. Had a come from so far to get back into the court outside the doubles alley, and the quick backhand shovel.
What a volley that was. Such a big point off his toes. The ability to control the flight of that ball, quite incredible. The side spin on that, so it just started moving away once it hit the deck.
Tremendous touch once again. Fabian can just use that shot at will. For a lot of people, it's a sort of a bailout or something to just come up with on a moment's notice. He really thinks about it and executes so well.
Yeah, perfect court position from which to execute that time, well inside the baseline. Not sure he quite got hold of the short forehand, Marozsan.
Deuce.
Just a bit too short and spinny.
Advantage, Marozsan.
7-6 in the third. The only previous meeting. It's got the potential to go the distance. That one, as we mentioned, won by the Hungarian that time. Oh, you are kidding me. What a stroke of good fortune to allow him to survive such a big game.
Yeah, by any means necessary will be Fabian's motto, and he'll take it. And more importantly, he's clawed back in from 3-love to 4-all. Become just a little more error prone in this final set as Marozsan. Hasn't hurt him per se, but he has almost as many unforced errors in this set as he had in the opening two. It got him in a bit of trouble in the previous game when he was serving, and a couple errors put him at love 30. But to his credit, he's found a way to get back in. Monfils, yeah, when he's been finding his spots, he's been tough. He's already had one hold that was 60 seconds, motoring pretty quickly through this ninth game. And he's got it. So Monfils restores order for the time being, puts himself a single game away from advancing to the round of 64. Yep, to Fabian Marozsan to try to make it an extended second meeting, their first in Miami.
What's
all of the action?
Let's go.
Big names wherever you look. Wow. Outrageous.
It's extraordinary. Here to entertain.
Oh, have you ever seen anything like it?
5-star tennis
On beIN Sports.
And we go racing in Zandvoort.
Win the ultimate F1 Heineken Dutch Grand Prix experience with beIN Sports. Get up close to the world's best drivers and feel the thunder of F1 from the grandstand.
Incredible stuff.
Yes! Crowd has gone berserk.
Scan the QR code during race weekends for your chance to win.
Yes! Come on, guys.
Your F1 dream starts here with beIN Sports.
Man alone with his thoughts, so close to accomplishing his 139th win at a Masters 1000 event. Versus a gentleman that's only playing in his 10th tournament of this caliber. There is a huge disparity between the two as far as experience at this level. What Fabian Marozsan has in his corner is the fact that he knows what it takes to win in Miami with his magnificent run a year ago, reaching the last 8. Any hopes of continuing his campaign in Miami, he must hold here.
Love 15. Love 30.
in there somewhere.
Think they're brothers?
$15.30.
Marozsan, potentially the author of his own demise.
15:40.
As his exit papers have been prepared, he's helped produce them. A couple of errors puts him in serious trouble. Monfils, double match point. Misses the mark, and the help comes from the Hungarian as Gael Monfils finds his way to victory.
6-4.
Had to earn it in 3 sets, but job done in Miami. That'll be a tough one to swallow for Marozsan. He just contributed too much in the end with unforced errors that helped Monfils get across the line. And the quarterfinalist from a year ago is out. And Gael Monfils emerges victorious. Improves to 12-4 on the year. The champion of Auckland off to a good start in Miami. As he finds his way to victory, 6-3, 3-6, 6-4.
Yes, topsy-turvy, wasn't it, at times, but Monfils will be delighted to continue really what has been a good year. Remember the title in Auckland, had a pretty good run down in Australia before the injury problems, but good to see him back on tour and winning matches at Masters 1000 level, and that's going to be an interesting second round meeting against Yuri Lehechka from the Czech Republic. Marozsan was very good in patches, but unable to sustain that sort of level. Really left himself a bit of work to do after a really erratic start to the third set. Got himself back in it, but then there's always going to be a bit of pressure. Serving at 4-5 in the thirds. It is job done.
Hello, shout out to his father. Salut, papa. For Gael Monfils, continuing to motor, doing great things at 38 years of age, including outlasting a quality opponent, Fabian Marozsan, in 3.
Yeah, we're still able to finish even with the dips with